One. It's the mule, baby. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, or good evening, or whatever time it is by you guys. So, I just got a quick question, right? I was watching another show, and a guy kept saying the only purpose for a woman is her box, is her vajayjay, right? And I was like appalled. I'm like, what? So, what do you guys think? The only purpose for a woman is their box? I mean, this is why I think a lot of men turn into incels and can't communicate or commit or respect because they have these men telling other men that the only value that a woman holds is her box. And another guy said, "Well, what if your girl or your wife was in a car accident um, and she was paralyzed from the waist down? You would have to take care of her." This man said, "No, I wouldn't. I would tell that bitch she should have died." I was like, "What? You would tell a woman she should have passed away?" How many women have historically took care of men who are paralyzed waist down, whether they done got shot, they're in wheelchairs, all kind of stuff, right? But this is what I want to say. What, and since when? I mean, I could see a little boy thinking the way these here old men, these are elderly men, guys. I can see teenage boys being fascinated with the box, right? And thinking everything about that. But when it's an adult men thinking that's the only value, that's like a woman saying your only value is your penis, right? You have no other value. So when all these men hitting their 40s and 35 and 40 and 50, hitting that ED era, all of them going through ED, um, you have no more value. You should just die. But they say that freely about women. So I'm gonna wait 30 seconds and then I'm gonna come right back. 1 second. I just want to say, from the point of view I have, uh, I don't know. So, give me 1 second. First of all, I hope everybody had a beautiful day today. Y'all, I'm just waking up. This is sad, and I have to be to work in the morning. But yeah, I'm just waking up. I stayed up late and then I went to sleep. Went shopping today. Me and my husband. We came back. I fixed a little din, and I'm talking about maybe around 7, 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was out like a light, and now I am up wide awake. And what's bad is I like tea, so I just drank me a big cup of ginger tea, and that seemed like it says no caffeine in that tea, but I don't know. It gives me energy, but anyway, I'm drinking that now. But do what do women think? Do you think that your most valuable asset to society or to a man or to your family is your vajayjay? And I'm gonna say no. And the reason why I'm saying no is because none of those people, other than your mates, knows anything about your vajayjay, right? That is a very intimate thing. But what we offer society as women is so multi-level, right? We are the mothers of the world. We birth everybody. We're nurturing. We're business minded. We are smart. Let me tell you something about a woman, what men don't want to acknowledge. They even brought up the reference to chess. If you look at that chessboard, yes, the game is over. So technically, the king is the most powerful piece on that chessboard. However, who is the most feared on that chessboard? Can do the most destruction on your chessboard? You use your pawns, your rooks, your bishops, your knights, right? But that queen is fierce. And to take and think that a woman only brings her vajayjay to society is foolishness. This how I know a bunch of those men that's over there on Anton Daniels is weirdos who never really had real women. There's a guy called Mr. Logic. This man says the only value a woman have is her vajayjay, and until the world uh come back to men in the world start recognizing that the world won't be a better place. He keeps saying if you go all over the world, you'll see women don't have no value. I think this man is talking about third world countries. In most civilized worlds, right? If you talk about the third world, the impoverished countries, I don't see any country saying, "Oh, one day I wish we could aspire to be Afghanistan. Oh my gosh, I wish one day we can aspire to be like the men in the Middle East." I have never heard in a rich country people say, "I wish one day we can aspire to be like certain parts of Africa where they mutilate their women." Have you guys? So the glory that they have is that, oh, and so if you go all over the world, in Africa and the Middle East, they don't value women more than their box. Then women know their place. Look at the conditions of those shithole countries. Is that really where you want to live? Like I said, I'm not gonna be up here long, but I just feel like it's just foolishness. And what I hate is that it's older men telling younger men, this man, Mr. Logic, has got to be in his 50s, and you're single, never married, multiple baby mamas, but you want to teach men about how they should be with women. Sir, you're not up for that job, okay? You're a failure at life. And the same way you say a woman who's in a car accident, who's paralyzed from waist down, should have died, you should have too. You should have been gone. Because it's no way that type of thinking that you're sharing to these young people, you call yourself Mr. Logic. You're very illogical. I know women personally who would push men around in wheelchairs and take care of their husbands when they sick. So you think these women should just move on and move out? They have every right. They could say, Negro, you should have just died. You can't walk no more. You paralyzed. And this is why I say on this YouTube streets, we have to learn to differentiate from reality and fuckery. Because they tell these people lies about real society issues. I would never tell a woman, oh, your husband became paralyzed, you need to leave him, right? But I'm not going to say his only value is his penis. Oh my God, if he can't sleep with you no more, you need to run away because his only value was in his penis. But they quick to say the woman value is only in hers. I don't know. Thumbs up the video, guys. Like and subscribe if you can. If you'd like to, I really appreciate it. But I mean, I'm just sick. I'm so sick of older men leading the younger men astray. I mean, it's so oh my goodness, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to tell my son to let my dog in because he walking up a storm. I know he chasing something. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he is in the backyard just cutting up. But anyway, I see I got a few people in the house. I mean, I'm not gonna force anybody to hit the link or say hello, but I do want to say hello to you guys. But I don't know. I just really don't want the foolishness that thinking that the only thing a woman can bring to a relationship is her virginity. It's connected to her. It's part of who she is. It's part of her body, right? But if you are foolish enough to think that a woman don't share their life with you and can help you build and do all these great things and have a great family and companionship and just friendship, you're wrong. You're wrong. I always tell my best friend that she's my best friend, right? But what I realized maybe 12 to 15 years ago, and I don't say this often, but you know who my true best friend is? It's my husband. Every time something good or bad or sad or happy happens, guess who I'm on the phone with first? To either rejoice with, complain with. You know what I'm saying? It's always him. I need to hurry up and see what he thinks. Let me tell him what's going on. Right? I talk to her, but it's almost an urgency when I want to let him know what's going on, right? I need to let him know. He's the first person that if anything is going on, I'm in my mind, I'm like, oh, watch what he say about this. So if you believe that your wife doesn't have intellect, then you marrying a dummy. And so that's your fault. Okay? If you are only marrying a woman, it's like almost a trick and a prostitute situation the way these men um talk about women and they're only good for sex. So that's basically you just hire a prostitute every now and then because you can't tell me that you've been in real relationships with women who actually care about you and that's all you benefit. You didn't benefit anything from these women. Then you need to get yourself a mirror and see why these women didn't see anything worthwhile in you to pour into you. Because I promise you, I don't have a problem pouring into mine. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and log off, guys. But I might come on later on tonight, but keep this topic in mind. Is that the most important thing about a woman? Her virginity? I don't believe so. I mean I know not so. It's not even a thought that I don't believe. It's just completely untrue. But I don't know. It just bothers me that older men are giving young guys the dumbest advice. They give them the most stupidest talking points and dumb advice. And these guys are listening to these older guys thinking, oh, he's older, he's smarter, he knows better, he's lived longer. But my grandmother used to tell me it's one thing to be a young fool, but it's horrible to be an old fool. And a lot of times these young fools grow up to just be freaking old fools. So sometimes with age does not come wisdom. If you just dumb, you was dumb. All right, y'all. I'm this your girl to mute, y'all. I am out. Wow. I'm gonna come back. I promise you. The few people who are on here now, if you could come back at 5 p.m. sharp. I'm gonna be here at 5 p.m. sharp. And I want us to really dig into this conversation. I might take and try to pull a video up and share it just so you can see what I'm complaining about or talking about. Okay. All right. Wow. I'm out, guys.